So you started your Microloc journey and now you are excited. You are thinking about all of the wonderful styles and all of the wonderful things your hair can do. Slow your roll. In this video, I am going to be talking about the only three products that you're going to need in the beginning of your Microloc journey and probably throughout your journey. The very first product that you want to consider having in your arsenal once you get your Microloc installed, and I'm talking about day one, right outside of the chair, you're excited, your Microloc specialist or your loctician has hooked you up. The very first thing you want to consider getting is a satin bonnet. And I mean wearing it right outside of the shop, because a satin bonnet is going to help keep your new locks in place. It's going to help make sure that no sweat or excess moisture is going to sit inside of your locks and cause your locks to swell. I know all of the girls out there, some of the naysayers, if you watch my naysayers video, there are some ladies out there that tell you, spray your hair with moisturizer every day, splash it with some water, spray it with some water. That's incorrect. You do not want to spray your hair with moisture every single day. Maybe twice a week, maybe 2 to 3 times a week if you have a dehydrated scalp. But one thing you do not want to do is splash your hair or spray your hair or sit in a shower, hot water, steam coming from every which way. You don't want excess moisture to get inside of your locks, because as your locks go through the maturation stages, it's going to cause your locks to swell and prematurely bud. And that can lead to slippage, that can lead to bunching, that can lead to your locks looking a hot mess at the tips. Mid-shaft is going to start to bunch up and look really thick at the tips, and then your roots are going to be thinner. So you don't want to overuse moisture. You don't want to over moisturize your hair or your scalp. If you have a really dehydrated scalp, you can put, focus the moisturizer on your scalp. But let's take a step back. Wearing a satin bonnet is going to really, really help you from day one, okay? There's this item out there called the slap cap that is satin lined, but then it has I think cotton fabric. It's like cotton and satin lined, where you can wear it like a beanie. You can wear it just casual and walk around the grocery store and not look like you're just walking around with a bonnet all day long. I love the slap cap. I'm not getting any coins for telling you about this product, but I think it'll really help you and really bless you if you pick that up. And you can just get it on Amazon. So wear a satin bonnet from day one, literally day one. Wear a satin bonnet is going to help you. The next thing you want to get, the next product that will be good use for you, is a good moisturizer. Inside of your moisturizer bottle, you want to keep it very simple. Someone wise said, keep it simple, silly. I'm not going to say the other word, right? But keep it simple, silly. You don't want to do all of the things once you get your Microlocs done. You want to keep it as simple as possible, because it's very delicate, it's very fragile, and you don't want to, get into this thing of using a whole bunch of products. You don't need it. Having Microlocs does not equate to having open natural hair, where if y'all can remember, we were all product junkies, right? We had all of the products, subscription boxes. We had to try all of the things to make sure it worked for our texture and our density and our porosity. We had all of the things, the LOC method and all of the things. But with Microlocs, it's very, very simple. So you want to make sure that you have just these 3 ingredients, 3 or 4, depending on the condition of your scalp. You want to have these 3 ingredients in your moisturizer bottle. You want to do a few drops of vitamin E oil, or maybe tea tree oil if you have a really dry and thirsty scalp. Vitamin E oil or tea tree oil will be good for itchy scalp. The vitamin E oil also adds nourishment back to the scalp. It mimics the natural sebum Another light oil that also mimics this, your natural sebum is jojoba oil. So vitamin E oil or jojoba oil are two really good oils that mimic the sebum because it's very light in viscosity. So put a few drops, maybe 5 or 6 drops, because the oil is thicker, right? It's not like essential oils. They're almost as close to carrier oils. As a matter of fact, jojoba oil is a carrier oil. Vitamin E oil is not necessarily a carrier oil, but it's not an essential oil also. So it's right in the middle, right? So you can try a few drops of vitamin E oil. You can add jojoba oil, or you can do either or. So lastly, you can add, I meant to add this in the beginning, you can add equal parts distilled water and rose water, or distilled or filtered water, equal parts with rose water or papaya water. I know a lot of you are not familiar with papaya water. Papaya water is something that is easily accessible here in the continent because papaya, and it's also AKA pawpaw. We call it pawpaw, but it's papaya. Is very accessible here. There's pawpaw trees all over, like even my yard outside. So it's very accessible and it's easy to make water from the pawpaw to use as a moisturizer. So if you are familiar with that at all, you can use papaya water for your locks. It is a wonderful moisturizer. I'll do a video in the very near future of how to maybe create papaya water for your hair to make it soft and pliable. But you can use equal parts papaya water and filter water, or papaya water or distilled water, or equal parts rose water and distilled, or rose water and filter. And then once you combine those two things, you can now start to add your oils in there, like the vitamin E oil, your jojoba oil, or tea tree oil. Okay, so that's a very, very light moisturizer that would be good for freshly installed locks or even aged locks. Okay, try those ingredients. I hope they work for you. That will be the best way to start off with a homemade product. If you want to buy something from another vendor, or maybe your stylist, or somewhere online that is much simpler than that, to just a bottle of rose water would be good. You don't have to do all of those things. For me personally, I like to kind of concoct my own homemade things because it's tailored to my scalp and my hair. So you can try those ingredients. Once again, papaya water, filtered water, distilled water, rose water, vitamin E oil, jojoba oil, or tea tree oil. Any of those things will work as a perfect moisturizer. You have to use the right proportions. Okay. The last thing that I would say would be your third and last thing that you absolutely need for your newly installed locks would be a really good clarifying shampoo. The best clarifying shampoo I've ever used, and there are some other cheapies too, but this one is pretty pricey. It's a pro product, something that I used in my salon for many years, and my clients loved it. It kept their locks on point, kept their locks squeaky clean. As a standard, Microlocs, you need clarifying shampoo in the beginning stages. You do not need a moisturizing shampoo at all. Okay, once you get your locks installed, if your stylist is doing your shampooing, she should only be using, a clarifying shampoo, not a moisturizing shampoo. The moisturizing shampoo will cause your locks to slip. It will cause your locks to unravel easily, depending on the method that it's installed with. So you want to use a clarifying shampoo. The clarifying shampoo strips your hair of the oils, the debris, the buildup, and but doesn't make your hair too dry if you're using a really good one and not like Suave clarifying shampoo. If you're using Suave clarifying shampoo, listen, you're gonna have dry locks eventually. Okay, it's not the best ingredients. It's not the best line of products to use for your newly installed Microlocs as it's developing. This clarifying shampoo, I swear by, is wonderful. It's pH balanced. And this is free game, right? I'm not getting any sponsorship, nothing from this. My channel is a baby channel. I just started YouTubing, so I'm not getting no ad money from this, but I do want to share what works for me and what worked for my clients for years. Malibu Sea Undo Goo. Malibu Sea Undo Goo is excellent. It's a great product. It's pH balanced. It doesn't over dry the hair. It is wonderful. In addition to Malibu Sea, or not in addition to, I would say, or Malibu Sea, you can use Dr. Bonner's Pure Peppermint Cast Out Soap, or any of the scents, any of the line of Dr. Bonner's cleansing soaps. Dr. Bonner's is on the heavier cleansing side. It's more stripping. So I would recommend only use that if you have maybe a dry, itchy scalp, or if you have buildup in your locks, or you just have like really oily scalp and you need something stronger. But Malibu Sea Undo Goo is great. It's a great clarifying shampoo. I think you'll love either of the products. So remember, when you first get your Microlocs done, easy peasy. You don't need all of the things. You don't need edge control. If you're going to use edge control, use very, very little, and make sure when you are taking it off, make sure you're cleansing your edges and taking it off properly, because you want to avoid buildup in your hairline and inside of your locks. So all of those other products, shea butter, all of the things, grease, even some stylists, they do installs with product, is so unnecessary. Like literally, I do install after install after install with only my spray bottle that has water in it, like literal clear, plain filtered water. That's it. I don't use any product. I don't use any grease. It's just unnecessary. You want to avoid buildup during the install. So if your stylist is using product, even if she's trying to get that line super crisp and nice and clean, she should be able to do that without any product. It's seriously unnecessary, okay? So I hope this video has brought you lots of value. I know sometimes I can bumble around because I just have so much in my brain. I'm trying to avoid giving you everything in one video, because if I was to give you everything in one video, it'd be a 6, 7, 8 hour video, maybe longer. So I know our attention span is really, really short on YouTube. I try to keep the videos really short so that you can absorb information in bite sizes and keep you coming back to my channel. So if you like this video, I want you to share it, and I want you to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and come back for the next video. In the meantime, let's be about the business of Microlocs.